Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas.
I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Ramon with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General Yana. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners, all them pussy niggas talk this shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above when they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know there's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and no, boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, Jeremiah, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the problem. Step up, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no token when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just pay with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Pando killed the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil who is, I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Like you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of
happening in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
HitPaw Video Enhancer is an AI video quality enhancer.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum, Yahweh Shema Thum Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, preaching up some Wangaba Tuesday Brotherhood class, Ashby K and the Comanche Hunter, feel me? And what we're going to talk about tonight is, of course, what's going on over there in Israel, feel me? How is biblical prophecy, how it's supposed to happen, you feel me? That's why the title of tonight's class is to be aware is to be alive. This is the third part to that. Most of Christ. This is the third part to that because I kind of just titled the classes that got to deal with whatever we see about the war. You feel me? Because I think the first time we did it, it was about something going on in Ukraine. You know, you can go back and check it out. The second time we did it was about the NATO Union, dispute that people didn't know why Turkey didn't want to let Hungary and Sweden into the NATO because Turkey has an ongoing beef with a rogue Muslim sect of terrorists that is populated predominantly in Sweden. Basically, they hiding out in Sweden. You feel me? And that's why Turkey, which is in NATO, didn't want to let Sweden into it because they feel like they would be giving nukes to terrorists, basically, stuff like that. So yeah, that was the second one. And now tonight, of course, we're talking about what happened in Israel with Gaza, the Gaza Strip, all that. You know, we're gonna break it down. Yeah, it's going up, and to be aware is to be alive. And what you got to be aware of is your freedom. You feel me? The freedom of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. This how it's gonna come. You know, I know you thought it was gonna be your 401k, stocks and bonds, cryptocurrency. We did a class on that. We still don't even know what it is. The people that made it, they say they don't even know who they are. Go ahead.
It's like I said, if I made reparations.
Reparations, right. All they thought you was gonna get your reparations. Joe Biden told you that they didn't put y'all in slavery and y'all weren't actual slaves and you ain't getting nothing from him. Yeah, Moneybag Joe, that's what he said. Go look it up. Just take a quick Google search. You'll see the video. Okay? But yeah, we get into the first article. Let's go into that one October CNN. October 9th, 2023.
CNN World News, October 9th, 2023. Israel, Hamas, war news.
Right. Hamas, that's the group. That's the group. I think they Iranians. That's what people have been saying. But who cares? The Arabs. Who cares if they Iran, Gaza, Palestine? It's Arabs and it's fake Jews. The white Jewish man fighting in our homeland, dropping bombs and nukes where our kids supposed to be playing at in the backyard, digging up oil springs, making us billions of dollars. See, what y'all got to understand what's so heavy, the whole Middle East is ours. You feel me? That whole little peninsula, that's ours. That's not, it ain't just that little bitty square of Israel. You feel me? That's just what Jerusalem, the headquarters, was at. But that whole little peninsula, Israel, that Middle East part, you feel me? That Israel is on. That's where Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians reside. That's why it's called the Middle East. Don't you notice every region got like a real good technical term? But the Middle East is just the Middle East. That's just it. Everything else got names, but this is just the Middle East. Because that's where we from. That's where we originate from until we got ran out of there. And they fighting, dropping bombs where we from. That's where we from. We go with it.
20 hours and 13 minutes ago.
Right.
Israeli officer dies in militant attack near Lebanon border. An Israel Defense Force officers died after being injured in an encounter with militants in the northern border of Lebanon. Israeli hospital officials say.
Now, if I may, it should be something that say what we covered. Because it's a big article. We'll just read that just to give them a gist. Because I know a lot of people, and that's why tonight's class called "To Be Aware, to Be Alive," because people don't understand what these wars mean. And you're not alive. And that's something we used to say back in the day, you know, where I'm from, you feel me? To be aware is to be alive. Because, you know, you dead if you don't know what's going on. You dead. So it's a long article. We're just going to give you the synopsis of what this article talking about and what's going on in Israel. If you don't know, which I'm pretty sure you heard, but maybe you might not know how serious it is.
What we cover here, the Israeli military is going on the offense against Hamas with a force like never before.
Because what you gotta understand is the Israeli, that's the so-called white man. It's better to say the Americans, because they all white. Israelis, they white. They all white. They all come from Esau. But the country, the state of Israel, is America's eyes and ears in the Middle East. So they give them whatever they need. They get billions of dollars a year from different countries for reparations from the Holocaust. When they weren't in the people there, and we ain't the people that did it. That's what Biden said. Biden said we don't get reparations because we wasn't slaves, but they still get reparations. They never been in the furnace. They never was oppressed by Hitler. Go ahead.
That's like I said, if I may, what you bring it out so heavy, sir. A lot of the people whose ancestors was in the Holocaust, they over here.
They over here.
They in America.
And I love to say that. I love to say that because they over there fighting for our homeland, and all the rich and elite Israelis live in Hollywood. They live in the Turks and Caicos in the Bahamas. They live in fucking New York in skyscrapers, in Chicago in skyscrapers. You feel me? They don't even live over there. That's the funny thing about it. That's so crazy.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed Monday, more than 48 hours after a devastating and surprise attack that has left at least 900 people dead in Israel.
Right, 900 people dead in Israel. That's why I say that they're on offense. The Israelis is on offense because of the Arabs is basically tired of them. You feel me? Like, think about, somebody posted a picture of it today, was kind of heavy. I might use that as the thumbnail. Somebody hit a bee hive, and all the bees came out and stung the person that hit the beehive. And that's what's going on. You feel me? This is not no surprise attack. They've been messing with them Arabs since they've been over there. Because the Arabs populated, that was their land. You feel me? Because we was gone. We was ran out of there. So the Arabs inhabited that. And then after World War II, they put the white, so-called white Jewish man there because they needed to give him his own land after being oppressed by Hitler. You feel me? So they've been fighting since then. It ain't like, come on, man, ain't nothing new. This been about to happen. You feel me? There ain't nothing, no surprise in this.
In response, Israel has pounded the enclave with airstrikes. More than 680 Palestinians have been killed, according to Gaza's health ministry.
Right, so that's almost 1,800 people dead in 24 hours? 1,800. Imagine if they prolong this and this really blow up. You talking about the Third World War? That's what you're talking about. You feel me? Real? That's a lot of dead bodies. You feel me? Think about what you would do when just your cousin gets shot. Think about black wars going on in the hood just because your cousin got shot or got jumped on at the party. they ain't gonna just let this go easy. 900 people died from Israel. They supposed to be the so-called God's chosen people. They just killed 900 of the so-called, you feel me, Jewish man that say he's the son of David. That's what the white Jewish man said. He said they the son of David. They the children of David. But there's 900 of y'all just died. And what, just one day ago? 900 dead.
Hamas says civilian hostages will be executed, and the killings broadcast if Israel targets people in Gaza without warning.
Right. That's why I said they getting help from somewhere else. I don't think Hamas is the people in Gaza. I think that's the Iranians. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the Iranians that gave them weapons, you feel me, to get it on. Because Iran is tired of this. You feel me? All the Muslim countries over there is tired of it. And all the Muslim countries gonna come together. While America thinking Turkey and Saudi Arabia is gonna be on their side, man, look. They all gonna end up joining together. They're gonna hit y'all with the okie doke.
The group claims to be holding more than 100 hostages, including Israeli army officers. U.S. President Joe Biden said at least 11 Americans were killed in the Hamas attacks, and the others are likely held as hostages.
That's what I'm saying. They starting something, and hopefully it leads to the Third World War. But if it don't, cool. You feel me? There's gonna be something else happening, and something else happen. That's why Christ says there will be wars and rumors of wars. You feel me? Because every war might not be a war; it might just be a rumor. You feel me? It might just be a battle, and it's getting talked about like it's a war, but it might just be a battle. You feel me? Could be just a rumor, and then, of course, it's gonna lead up to a war, and then World War III gonna come eventually. And then, it's going to be the end of white society. And they know it. That's why they keep trying to postpone it. They keep trying to come up with something to stop it and slow it down, make it get off people's minds. That's why social media is such a demon. You feel me? Social media is such a demon because it's making people, you feel me, not even focus on what the hell is going on. And that's why y'all should tune in to Crowd Spell Night every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Because we're going to break down your whole timeline. so like hell no. Hell no. Well, yeah, let's go to the bitch. Amari Stoudemire. So like, we ain't on TikTok yet. Let's go to the bitch. You feel me? Coined by our Commander General. Hell no.
NDA Stoudemire helps group that funds Israeli settlers.
He did who? He's helping group that funds Israelis? This nigga is a black man from the hood. He a black man from the hood, converted to Judaism, but instead of helping the niggas in the hood where he from, hey Siri, where's Amari Stoudemire from? He's from Lake Wales, Florida. Now, I ain't got to tell you about the poverty in Lake Wales, Florida. You can just do what I did. Just do what I just did. I mean, damn, this stuff, a lot of this stuff ain't rocket science. It's just, like I said, to be aware is to be alive. It's a basketball player. You feel me? Was a real nice basketball player, made millions of dollars. And he's from Lake Wales, Florida, but he is funding Israelis. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up.
Amari Stoudemire is scheduled to showcase his wines at a poker tournament March 11th to raise funds for the Racist Jewish National Fund, USA. Former NBA All-Star Amari Stoudemire is slated to participate in the Jewish National Fund USA poker tournament on March 11th to promote the work of the Israeli-linked group and his own brand of wine.
Right, that's what I said. Black people, you just hoes. You waiting on a rich black person that they got money to save you. It's not gonna happen. The black people that's gonna save you is living in the gutter, teaching classes in something that looks like a goddamn cave. You feel me? You learning the Bible. You learning your life, your whole future about somebody teaching class that look like he's in a goddamn cave. When you thought you was gonna learn life and lessons from these niggas, no. They're giving their money to the Israelis. He ain't giving it to Lake Wales, Florida.
For 100 years, the Jewish National Fund has pursued the acquisition and colonization of Palestinian land.
For over 100 years. Now, I said 1947 is when they've been fighting, because I know they put the so-called white man in that land. But they just said that the Jewish National Fund, you feel me? That's what it's all about. They've been trying to take over that shit. They've been trying to colonize Palestine, the Palestinian land. Go ahead.
Just like I said, I mean, the Zionist movement has been plotting on this since like the 1890s.
And the Zionists is like the skinheads version of them, right? Like black supremacists, white supremacists, the Israeli supremacists, Zionists. You feel me? They racist too. Y'all crying for them, sad about them. Fuck them. Salakia. And the horse they ran in on. Now that's old school right there. It's a lie. Hell no.
The Jewish National Fund has pursued the acquisition and colonization of Palestinian land for the exclusive use of an expanding Jewish settler colonial population.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to take over, seek and destroy. They came to America. What they did, they colonized. They went to the West Indies. They exterminated the Taino Indians. You know why? Expanding Jewish settler colonial population. The so-called white Jewish man built the paid for the slave ships to be built. They paid for it. They financed the slave trade, man. Go ahead.
The organization openly discriminates against Palestinians and finances racist organizations in the United States.
They did. They discriminate against the Palestinians, but they finance racist organizations in the United States. And that's why I said at the beginning, Amari Stoudemire is helping fund a racist Jewish National Fund. This nigga's an idiot, man. He's a goddamn idiot.
Jewish National Fund USA in 2018 promoted a wine branded with the basketball superstar's name from Kfar Tikva's Tulip Winery in northern Israel. Stoudemire, who became an Israeli citizen in 2019.
And I remember when he did this. He retired from the NBA and said he was going to go play for the Israeli national team. I don't even think they qualify for the Olympics. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I never seen Israel in the Olympics. I never seen nobody running track for the Israeli country. You know why? Because they not the salt of the earth. They don't fit none of the scriptures in the Bible. None of the characteristics, they don't. But we do. That's why a black man had to go over there and play for their basketball team.
Is currently back in the U.S. and working as a player development assistant with the Brooklyn Nets NBA team. He celebrated his citizenship with Israeli Interior Minister Arie Deri, who served 2 years in prison for corruption.
For what?
2 years in prison for corruption.
God's chosen people. The Israeli minister did 2 years in prison for corruption. Because you know why? These Israelis is really just white boys. They got blonde hair and blue eyes. They try to make like that's why I'm telling you, man, Hollywood is something else. Because if you were to think to yourself what a Jewish man look like, you would think black hair, hook nose, curls on his face. That's what you would think. Man, them Jewish people got blonde hair and blue eyes. Just like the average old American. Go ahead.
Well, so like I said, the term Ashkenazi means German.
And they Germans. That's why Hitler was exterminating them. Because they was with him. They was with him. They was in his land because they was Germans. They Germans. Shit. It's a lot here.
2 years in prison for corruption and is notorious for his racism.
Notorious for racism. Oh, wait. God's chosen people. Sons of David. It's a lot here.
And hostility toward African refugees in Israel.
And they don't even like dark-skinned people. They don't even like dark-skinned people in Israel. But somehow this dumbass nigga.
I'm Amar Stoudemire. I'm excited for you to join me March 11th at the Jewish National Fund Real Estate and Finance Division, the virtual poker tournament. I look forward to seeing you all there, where I'm going to be showcasing my new collection of wine, Origin. In fact, if you're the first 36 people to sign up, I'm going to send you a bottle of my collection personally.
Black people is hoes. They will whore themselves out for any nation if there's some money involved. Look at Oprah Winfrey, built a school in Africa. Ain't been to Africa since. But it's about money. But yeah, that let's drop that. That's all that's about. Black people whoring themselves out. Feel me? That's why he's so mad, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow on the podcast. Why he's so mad? Why ain't nobody helping the Israelis? Why black people ain't saying, "Hey, Shalom Shbrakatah, what's going on?" Why black people ain't helping the Israelis or saying nothing about it? Ooh, this and that. But this nigga ain't said nothing about Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile. He ain't came out and said nothing. You know why? Because he was in Israel playing for their basketball team since 2019. Trying to boost their economy, like real talk. So lock it. Yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to that last one about the Space Force. Ooh-wee. I don't even. That's why this class called to Be Aware to Be Alive. Whenever we do a class about the Army or any type of war going on, that's what we're gonna title it from now on. You can go back and check the other ones out we did. Real talk, because y'all don't even know that what a Space Force is. Y'all probably think this talking about some Power Rangers shit or something.
The Space Force needs its own advocate.
They need their own advocate because everybody got their own spokesperson on Capitol Hill, but Space Force don't. But now they pushing for it because of what it say at the top: national security. Space Force. They trying to start an army in space. You ever see Guardians of the Galaxy? It's a lot. You ever see man? Look, this you can't make this shit up, man. It's a lot.
The most recent House bill for the 2024 National Defense Authorization Act, Section 507, contains a proposal.
So that means this is official. I'm gonna say Section Salagi. Give my last Salagi. Damn, I gotta get that language together. Say Section 507. That means this is official. This is on record.
Contains a proposal for the Space Force to have its own legislative liaison.
Ooh, liaison. They want their own, man. You know what a liaison is? You ever heard about the mob? Now, if you wasn't born an Italian, let's say you was Irish or American or something like that, you could be a liaison. You feel me? You could be a spokesperson for them to do business deals with like the other white people that's not a part of the 5 mob families. That's why I say this thing gangsters. You feel me? Look at the type of words they use and stuff like that. But you don't know this because you're not alive, and the BOS be alive. But yeah, they said they need their own spokesperson. That's basically what they saying.
Such a move is long past due. It is obvious that the current situation in which the Department of the Air Force speaks for the Space Force is simply not substantial.
Right. So they saying the Air Force speaking for the Space Force, that ain't good enough no more. That's not good enough no more. Hey, Shalom Shbrakatah, what's going on, RCI? They say that's not good enough no more because these is totally 2 different divisions. That's just like the military speaking for the Marines. It's just like the Air Force speaking for the damn Navy. These is 2 different things. They all together on one accord as far as who their enemy is and stuff like that. But they need their own separate spokesperson because they about to branch off and do their own thing, which means this Space Force is real and it's about to get started. And look at what the fuck the symbol is. Do you know what that symbol is? You know why you don't know what that symbol is? Because you dead. And to be aware is to be alive. That is an Egyptian pyramid. The hell you think that is? That's an Egyptian pyramid. You know why? Because they is Masons. This country was started by Freemasons. George Washington was a Freemason. You know what the Freemasons wanted to do? Rebuild Egypt. They wanted to rebuild it. That's why you went into slavery. Because they had to get you. Because you was them same slaves that was in slavery in Egypt. So they had to get y'all, and they had to do this again. And you know why? And we're going to go back to the article. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know you're wondering, like, why do people keep putting people in slavery and their kingdoms fall? Because they know they're not the chosen people of God. The Israelis know they're not the chosen people of God. The white man know they're not the chosen people of God. The Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, the Assyrians, they all know they're not the chosen people of God. So what they need to do to rule, to feel like they're the chosen people for a time period, is put the chosen people in slavery. And that's what they all did. Every kingdom that ever ruled had something in common, and they put black people in slavery. Hispanics and Native Indians in slavery, and their kingdom failed. And America is next. And that's why they need a space force, because they know biblical prophecy, which we're finna bring out later. Stay tuned. Of course, we're finna get into the scriptures. What they really feel is going to come out of the space. And they need a space force. Go ahead.
That's why they need a liaison.
That's why they need a liaison. They need an ambassador. They need an ambassador. So like, but they think he gonna speak to the aliens like, yeah, let's join. And hell no, because them aliens ain't aliens. They angels, and they black men, and they coming back to free black people, Hispanic and Native Indian people. You go ahead though.
Come on. So the reasons are practical.
Not practical. Not practical. Not practical. Hey, look, the UPK, we is them niggas. That's all I'm gonna say. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, because everything we do is practical. You feel me? Everything we do is practical. So I guess they trying to figure it out they damn self.
The vast majority of time spent by the Air Force legislative liaisons to Congress is spent on Air Force.
So they done. That's what I'm saying. The Air Force liaison is spokesperson for the Air Force. He don't give a damn about no damn Space Force. He talk about the Air Force and what they need to improve to be better and this and that and that of this. But the Space Force is like, nah, we need our own so we can get this ball rolling, because Christ is on his way back, because these biblical prophecies is coming true. So they need to put a step on it.
The state of affairs crowds out the ability of the Space Force's guardians to meaningfully engage with the Congress to develop space power.
Mm-hmm.
It also limits the ability of the Space Force to form a direct and trusted connection with the American people.
Right. Okay. So they don't really trust. They don't understand what it's for, because, okay, what they just came out and said that aliens is real and they got their technology, stuff went over y'all head. They don't even talk about it no more. They don't even talk about it no more. You don't even hear nothing about how they didn't found aliens, they didn't found their spaceship, they didn't found their technology. They don't even talk about it no more. You heard it that one time and was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then hit the blunt. You heard like, damn, that's crazy, when I had sex with a white girl. You don't even know that this shit is real, man. This shit is real.
Space, in other words, is currently getting short shrift. The pervasive nature of the Air Force's problems is with this aging fleet means that we never get the most important questions relating to America's vision for the activities in space.
Right. So that lets you know that the Space Force is not about Russia and China fighting in space. You hear me? That's not what it's about. Because a lot of people thought, that they threw you off with these conspiracy theorists saying that that's what it's about. You hear me? Which I think a lot of these conspiracies come out from America to just keep you more asleep. The Space Force is not being invented to fight Russia. What the fuck, to go to the moon? They already went and nothing happened. They went to the moon and what else happened? Nothing. America got satellites. Russia got satellites. Who God knows who else got satellites? Who knows? So it's not a big deal. So what else do they need a Space Force for? To fight something that's there or that's coming from them. Feel me? You go ahead.
A dedicated legislative liaison for the Space Force would allow a deeper engagement with Capitol Hill on space-powered issues.
Mm-hmm.
Reputation matters too. For decades, the Congress has complained that of all the military service branches, the Air Force is exceptional in its poor and tardy engagement.
Mm.
The Space Force should not want to be saddled with this unfortunate history, nor to continue with this inertia. Rather, America's newest military branch has the opportunity to create a new culture of engagement with Congress.
Right. They try to get some money behind the Space Force. They ain't got no money behind. All the money is going toward the Air Force. America got the best Air Force in the world. Israel, they got the second best Air Force from getting America's hand-me-down planes. When America come out with a new plane, they get an old one to Israel. And that's why Israel got the second best Air Force off hand-me-down planes, because that's what they focus on, that Air Force.
One that it needs to embrace is that it's to secure our nation's interest in, from, and to space.
In, from, and to space. So they need to push Congress to give them their own liaison so they can focus on problems in space, from space, and to space. Are you kidding me? Hold on, wait. We done got like 5 messages. Who was this? Valiant Thor. He said there's been so much secrecy and disinformation over the last 100 years that it's become impossible to prove anything in the face of official denial. Vital information is mostly kept away from average. I don't know who this is. Say the internet is this the white man. It's the FBI. It's the FBI. I've never seen him comment on this class. I don't know who this is. He comment on the class like he been commenting all the time. I've never seen this person comment. It's the FBI because they don't want you to know this information. FBI Van 6, Van 7, whoever, they don't want you to know this information. Real talk. But we're going to drop it. We're going to give it to you. You feel me? But yeah, though, like I said, one that is need to embrace if it is to secure our nation's interests, talking about America, in space and from space. So that means it's something that's in space that they need to secure. It's something that might come from space. They need to secure and to go to space to fight. That's why I say we see the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what they talking about. That's where they get them ideas from. You feel me? That's where they get them ideas from, all them cartoons and stuff you be watching. That stuff don't come out of thin air. You think that stuff come out of thin air? Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, from there, you dropping it so heavy. So-called white man in Hollywood ain't been making these end of the world movies for the last 100 years for nothing.
Right. Like, what the hell you know we don't know? Like, what about the Planet of the Apes? That's the one that killed me. I say, maybe y'all know something we don't know. They made a movie called The Planet of the Apes, which is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. It was pretty good if you know how to read in between the lines. You hear me? Real talk. No, that's happy though. He's talking about I will try to give you an example. I don't even know this. It gotta be the FBI. They done tuned in the class. The FBI done tuned in the class. Hell no. Hell no. Shout out Commander Gianna, man. Shout out Commander Gianna, man. He laid all this down, you feel me? Real talk, man. Hold on, wait. He said, I'm liked and subscribed. Mosaic Christ, we need to get our subscribers up. Tell all your friends to subscribe to Asheville, Kentucky. We be dropping it heavy. Monday, Tuesday, every other Sunday. Hey, as a matter of fact, tune in to Crowd Spend Not too. I mean, did I say that already? It's a new dude in the chat, though. I just got to let them know. It's cool in Crowd Spend Not. Like, hey, we do the damn thing. You know? But no, for real. Shout out Commander Hunter, man. He broke it, man. Look, he saved all our lives. He made us all aware of what the hell is going on, man. And I appreciate it. You feel me? And I'm forever in debt to the Most High in Christ. Real talk.
Among the most important benefits to Congress and the public has a greater potential to get to the raw, unfiltered truth.
I wonder what that is.
Does anyone seriously think that it is healthy for our military or our democracy for the Space Force to have to ask permission from the Air Force before being allowed to tell its story or highlight issues unique to its mission?
Now, okay, the Air Force is in the air. They got damn all type of nice ass planes, go 400-500 miles an hour. So what's this Space Force is so particular about? Because they know something, man. They know something is coming. It's coming. That's them angels. I'm telling you, man. It's them angels. You go ahead.
By now, it should be clear to everyone that there is an inherent and deep conflict of interest between the Air Force and Space Force. The executive branch understands this. The Trump administration Space Policy Directive for Section 10.
Oh, wait, that means this is official. Look, I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm from the gutter, but I know when they say stuff like that, that means this stuff is on record. It's a lie. This stuff is real. It's real. Double entendre. And look, y'all better be aware to be alive. It's a lie. Hell no. You talking about to look up? Oh man, I ain't looking up nothing but most scriptures in the Bible. That's all I'm looking up. I don't know what you're talking about.
As the United States Space Force matures and as national security requires, it will become necessary to create a separate military department.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're trying to do their own thing because they know it's something serious about to happen. And that's them angels that we're gonna get into in a minute. We'll just read the rest of it.
To be known as the Department of the Space Force. This department will take over some or all responsibilities for the United States Space Force from the Department of the Air Force. It further directs the Secretary of Defense to conduct periodic reviews to determine when to recommend that the President seek legislation to establish such a department.
So the department is there. It just ain't official. Trump kicked it off, but it just ain't official yet.
The intent is clear. It is in the interest of the nation for the Space Force to grow over time into its own department. And it is in the interest of the Space Force to be plain and honest about its needs and vision. A dedicated Space Force liaison to Congress will help members actually learn what the Space Force thinks.
Right. Some people don't believe something is out there. Some people do. That's been a talk for centuries. Is there something else out there? Maybe it ain't. Maybe we the only thing that's here. Space is just space. Some people believe space is just like the ocean. You know, it's just that. There's nothing else out there. It's just space. And then some people believe that it's a lot of stuff out there. A lot of other galaxies and planets with other life form and this and that other there. But I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't worry about nothing going on in the heavens when you in slavery right here. I don't understand why you even give a fuck. If you Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, let them start their Space Force. If you a Black person or Hispanic person that's blocking this because you in the Congress or whatever, and you blocking this, let them get their damn Space Force. Let them do whatever they got to do, man. When Christ come back, like the Bible say, all these people is going into slavery, and there's going to be utter darkness.
More.
Hold on, wait. As y'all say, he talking about some people believe you have to go deep into the sea to get to Mars. That's true. That's true. Some people think at the bottom of the ocean, you just go out into the space. I get to Africa and the Grand Canyon. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh shit. This is insane. This is insane. I see how funny it's like. Hell no, this is insane. You go ahead, man. Damn.
Moreover, a precedent for this certainly exists. The U.S. Marine Corps, though formerly part of the Department of the Navy, boasts its own independent office of legislative affairs led by a two-star general, equal in rank to the leadership of the Navy's own legislative office affairs. If that balance was struck for the Marines, it makes all the more sense for America's news service branch to be able to tell its own story to Capitol Hill.
So they saying the same thing happened with the Marines and the Navy. So now they should be able to branch off to their own thing. But that's a whole nother story I can give a damn about. Let's get into the Bible. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Okay, so what you got to understand is that Egypt is more famous for its destruction than it is its history. So people out there that want to be Egyptologists, you want to worship Egypt, you want to worship Kemet, you want to put pyramids all over your house, on your chain. You don't even know that Egypt is famous for what happened to it. You feel me? When you think of Egypt, you think about the Red Sea. You think about the frogs, the water turned to blood. Y'all still don't understand how that happened. We might talk about it in another class coming up soon, but don't nobody even know like about the plagues of Egypt, about all them gods that they had that didn't save them. They had a god for them every day of the year, didn't save them. They worship all that stuff and it didn't save them. And that's what Egypt was famous for. What you don't know is they didn't get saved with all the damn gods and the worshiping they did. That's why it's so damn dumb for you to celebrate it. The goddamn Arabs run Egypt. Egypt is run by the Arabs. Meet somebody from Egypt right now and ask them what language they speak. They're going to tell you Arabic. They got Arabic writing all through Egypt. Real talk. And the Lord was famous for what he did to Egypt because they had us in slavery and he brought us out. And he destroyed Egypt. And now it's a tourist attraction. We're good.
That's like I said, if I may. Everything else is in a museum.
Everything else in the museum. Ooh-wee.
Verse 15.
And they still digging up the damn pharaohs trying to get gold. Zalakia. I'm just saying, like, damn. That's because Egypt is famous for its fall. Why is Egypt so famous? Because it failed. Why is Rome so famous? Because of the destruction. Because they failed. Why is Greece so famous? Because they failed. Not because they here right now. It's because they failed. And they failed because they had black people in slavery and the Lord destroyed it. And Jeremiah is saying, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. You hear me? There shall no more say. Nobody's going to talk about how Egypt got destroyed. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
And wait. and the what?
That brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
From the land of the north. You know what that is? Jeremiah is saying a prophecy about the children of Israel because we was in slavery during this time. We've been in slavery more than we've been free. I think this was during the Babylonians, if I ain't mistaken. Some Africans, some horrific damn fucking Africans that was mobbing through everywhere, taking over everything, and our land was on the menu. You feel me? But anyway, So yeah, what he's saying is taking them out the north is talking about North America. That's talking about where we at right now. Jeremiah is saying a prophecy that the Lord is going to be famous now, not for Egypt, what he done to Egypt, but what he going to do to North America. You feel me? The destruction that's going to happen in North America is going to be way worse than what happened to Egypt. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I said, if I may, it's so heavy. You said this was during our captivity in Babylon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Babylon is east of Israel, not north.
That's right. That is right. Most High in Christ. It's good to have a historian around. It's always good. They just make everything more clear. They make everything you say just more clearer. Most High in Christ.
from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven.
All the who?
All the lands.
Rome, Greece, Babylon, Assyria, all the lands, the Philistines, the Ammonites, all the lands where he driven us, and they fell because they had us in slavery and he destroyed them. All of the lands ain't gonna compare to what's gonna happen to North America. What he's gonna do to North America, man, look, everything combined ain't gonna be as bad. That's what it's saying, basically. What's gonna happen to North America, and that's what the Lord gonna be remembered for. The children of Israel are gonna be remembered for what happened to North America.
And I will bring them again into their land that I gave them to their fathers.
And where's that? Israel. Who's running that now? White Jewish people and Arabs. White Jewish people and Arabs rule Israel. Israel, like I said, is not that little small corner that they got. Israel is the whole Middle East. And it's ruled by Arabs and Jewish people, white Jewish people. And the Lord said he's going to give us that back. Real talk. So let's drop that. Let's go to Habakkuk 2 and 10.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people.
Right. Thou hast consulted shame to the house by cutting off many people.
And has sinned against thy soul.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Verse 11. For the stone shall cry out of the wall.
The what?
The stone shall cry out of the wall.
The stone shall cry out of the wall. You know why? Because when bombs drop, and this is the thing, this is how you know this is a future prophecy, because this is in Habakkuk. They didn't have bombs. They didn't have bombs. You feel me? They didn't have bombs to blow up stuff. You feel me? But the stone's gonna cry out of the wall from the destruction.
And the beam out of the timber shall answer.
And the beam out of the timber shall answer. You know, timber, that's wood. The beam of the timber is the foundation of the building. You feel me?
Verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Destruction. You feel me? Israel was built off blood. The state of Israel right now, where that war happening, was built off blood. You feel me? They had to kill to get that land. And it don't even belong to them. And the Bible says destruction to any town that's built with blood. They had to put us in slavery and murder us so we could forget our identity so they can get that land. Woe to him that built a town with blood. The Arabs inhabited our land, knowing it wasn't theirs, and now they mad, they getting murdered to get out. Woe to him that built a town with blood.
And established a city by iniquity.
And established a city by iniquity. Do you know the so-called white Jewish man suck baby penises on the 8th day? And they get a baby's herpes? All them babies over there getting herpes. They need to, man, look. This is the Lord's will. That's all I'm going to say. Destruction to him that built a town with blood. Destruction. So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 14 and 24.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 24. The Lord of hosts has sworn.
Right, Lord of hosts. That's the Lord of army. That's what host mean. Army. You see all these nukes, these bombs they shooting. The Most High say he's the Lord of all that. You hear me? He's the Lord of all that. You think it's big and bad. You think it's something that we can't stop. You know, a lot of people see all these nukes and bombs and they be like, oh, what are we going to do to fight against that? We got the Lord. The Lord is going to use all their weapons that they got so they can kill each other. Go ahead.
Saying, surely, as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have proposed, so it shall stand.
As I proposed. The Lord said, I planned this. Propose. I planned this. As I have thought, so it shall come to pass. The Lord planned this. What you seeing right now that's happening, all them babies getting murdered and dying over there in Israel and Gaza, the Lord planned this. This is what he wanted to happen. We're going all the way to 27.
Verse 25, that I will break the Assyrian in my land.
I will break the Assyrian in my land. He said, I will break the Assyrians. You feel me? You know who the Assyrians was back then? I think that was the Iraqis. The people that rule Iraq, that's Assyria. Arabs. Who was the Persian? The Iranians. Who was that? Arabs. You feel me? This has got to happen. These children that you crying over, they the children of the Assyrians and the Persians, man. What happened when what's his name died? What's his name? Hillary Clinton them killed. The Arab dude. I can't think of his name. Saddam. No, not Saddam. I don't think it was Saddam Hussein, but he said death to Persia because he knew Iran was behind that. You know, him getting killed. Persia is Iran. You know that.
And upon my mountains tread him underfoot.
Right, under his governments.
Then shall his yoke depart from off them.
Right, the yoke. Feel me? Because you got to understand that Assyrians had us in captivity. They right now today call themselves Arabic. You feel me? They had us in captivity. They children call themselves Arabic now. You feel me? And they had us in slavery too. So you can't be sad for the Arabs. Arabs is dying over there. You can't be mad at them. They had y'all in slavery too. One of the most horrific slavery we was in. Where the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians had to leave. Because they were so destroyed after that captivity. They had to leave and come to the Americas.
And his burden depart from off their shoulders.
Right. So then the yoke gonna come off our neck, and the burden that we have being under these oppressors is gonna come off our shoulders, man. Remember they said the weight is off my shoulders? All that stuff, that's what's gonna happen, man. That's what the Lord gonna do. He purposed it, which means he planned it.
Verse 26, this is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth.
Right. This is the plan that is planned upon the whole earth. You feel me? This is something the Lord planned because of the whole earth, not world. See, you don't say world, it say earth, which means everybody. See, you see world, you think that's talking about everybody. No, that's talking about a specific group of people depending on context. This say the earth, the whole earth. You feel me? Is what I got planned for this. That's why it's called the Third World War. It's called the Third World War for a reason.
And this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations.
Right. Which lets you know the whole earth is talking about all the nations. All the nations is going to be into destruction. You feel me? All the nations is going into the Third World War. From this instance right here, this was going on, the whole earth is going into war because of this.
Verse 27. But the Lord of hosts hath proposed, and who shall disannul it?
Right. The Lord of hosts have planned this. You hear me? That's talking about the Most High. The Most High planned this because this got to happen to the whole earth. Because everybody had a hand in our slavery. Everybody had a hand in it, and everybody got to pay for it. You feel me? So like,
and his hand is stretched out.
Right, his hand is stretched out, which means like he got to kill. You feel me? Hold on, wait. For the Lord of hosts have purpose, and who shall disannul it? Who shall disannul it? Which means who gonna stop this? That's what disannul means. Who gonna take this back? He say in verse 26, his hand is stretched out over the whole earth. You feel me? And all the nations. And who shall disannul it? Who shall stop this? Nobody's going to stop this. That's what Isaiah is saying. Ain't nobody gonna stop this.
And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?
Right. His hand is stretched out, which means he about to kill. He about to kill and destroy. And who gonna turn it back? Who gonna do it? Nobody. You hear me? Because this is what do you say? This the plan that was planned? Can't nothing get straight but straightening? Man, look, that Offset and them said that. Ain't nothing get straight but straighten. You feel me? So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Exodus 17. Exodus 17. And let's start at verse 8.
Book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim.
Right. Now, Amalek is a white race of people that come from Esau who now call themselves Jewish. And they live in Israel and call themselves Israeli. Amalek is the so-called white Jewish man. And they fought with Israel. Israel is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. If you go ahead.
Verse 9. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men.
Right, choose us out men, because now we better go to war. We was coming out of Egypt, and Amalek wanted smoke, basically. Amalek, the so-called white Jewish man, wanted smoke, because they hated us since Jacob and Esau. Esau hated us all the way back then. He put it inside his sons to hate us. So we coming out of Egypt, out of slavery, and they wanted smoke. They want to fight us, want to kill us. Go ahead.
And go out, fight with Amalek.
Fight with Amalek. You hear me? Fight with Amalek. We've been fighting with Amalek since the womb. Since Jacob and Esau, we've been fighting against Amalek. Amalek wanted our identity, and we didn't want our identity. We didn't want it, they wanted it, and it's been a fight ever since. You go ahead.
So like you said, they still use us today to push their agenda, like Omari Stoudemire.
Still use us to push their agenda. Hollywood, movies, music industry, sports, like Omari Stoudemire.
Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand.
Right. So he's telling Joshua that he's going to stand on the hill with the rod. And the rod is the same rod he used to split the Red Sea, the same rod he used to smite that rock, because the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, came out of Egypt and talked against Moses. Moses was scared, thought that we was going to stone him, because he brought us out of Egypt, out of slavery, into the wilderness, and we was thirsty. We was thirsty. Moses thought we was going to kill him. And the Most High told him to smite the rock and water going to come out of it. And that's what he did. And we still didn't believe. So guess what he did? He sent Amalek against us to fight. To fight. Because we still, after all that, still didn't want to listen to Moses.
Verse 10. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill.
Right. And of course, those men, of course, is right under Moses, because it's always been rank and order. For people to be like, why the ISUPK got captains and generals? It always been rank and order. It's always been like that. Never has it not been rank and order, man.
Verse 11. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed.
Right, he held up his hand with the rod. We was winning. We was winning the fight.
And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
And when he got tired, he let it down, and we started losing. That's why it's funny how they said some East Indian that had his hand in the air for 45 years. Moses couldn't have his hand in the air but just to the end of the day so we could win the fight. I told y'all, ISUPK Kentucky bring it out heavy. We told you that was some bullshit. We told what that was last week or week before last. We told y'all that was some bullshit, man. That man is lying saying he left his arm up. Moses couldn't even leave it up for one day just so we could win the damn war with Amalek. It's a lie. It's a lie. Hell no, man. This is stupid. You go home? I'll read. Salaki. I feel you. I understand. I appreciate your services. You feel me? You're a hard-working soldier for the Most High in Christ. So I appreciate it.
Verse 12.
Hell, that shit is stupid when you think about it, though, ain't it? Hell no.
Moses' hand was heavy.
It was heavy, right? Moses, it wasn't even up the whole day. He dropped it, and they started losing the war, man. Real talk, but that rod was powerful. That was the rod, like I said, he used to split the Red Sea, cracked the rock open, the water came out so we could drink it because they was ready to go back into Egypt. The Israelites, when we left out of Egypt, they wanted to go back as a whole. Now, I ain't said every Israelite, but as a whole, wanted to go back. Just like when America fall, we're going to want to go back. It's going to be Israelites mad at us because we're going to be the government. ISUPK is going to be the government for Christ, and they're going to be mad at us. Like, why y'all ain't doing this? Why y'all ain't doing that? But, of course, because we know Scripture, off with your head. Oh, you go ahead.
We just talked about this. It was black people that told on that Turner.
Right. Black people that told on that Turner. Black people that was part of Emmett Till getting beat. Black people that didn't want to ride with Harriet Tubman. You feel me? Black people always mess up the movement. We the curse. We keep talking about everybody else shit. We the damn curse. Like real talk. Like, and that's what's going on right now.
Moses' hand was heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat down.
Right. So they gave him a seat so he could sit down because he was standing up.
And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hand.
Right. So basically they held his arm up with the staff. He sat down so he could get a break because Amalek was coming to kill us because of what we did to Moses. Because we was talking stuff, murmuring, gossiping, all that, and basically disrespecting the Most High because Moses was his spokesman. So we basically disrespecting the Most High. So Moses had the staff up so we could win the war because he sent Amalek against us. So they gave him a seat and they held up his arm on both sides.
The one on the one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down the sun.
Right. So this is only one day. You feel me?
Verse 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
Right. So they start winning, they start killing, and they won.
Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book.
Right. The memorial of killing people. People died. This ain't about love and happiness. It was a lot of people died. And Moses was told by the Most High to remember this and write it down in a book.
And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua.
And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. Because Moses had a speech impediment where he couldn't really speak that good. So Joshua, you feel me, know it now. And now Joshua could write it down. Go ahead.
For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Amalek is the Jewish man. You crying, Amari Stoudemire, you crying for Amalek? You crying for Amalek? When the Most High said he will put out the remembrance of Amalek. You feel me? The Most High wants to destroy Amalek off the face of the earth. And you crying? Nigga, you fucking kidding me? Get out of there. It's like we went all the way to 16.
Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi.
Right. I don't know what that means in Hebrew. You could look it up, or you could just look it up on your own in the concordance. But that was the name of the altar where they had the war at for remembrance.
Verse 16. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
From what?
A war with Amalek.
War with Amalek, which means fighting, killing, dying.
From generation to generation.
Young, old. That's the young people. That's the kids. That's talking about Hitler. That's talking about right now. Generation to generation. What you seeing is biblical prophecy. It gotta happen so you can get free. You're not gonna get free without this. I know you want to love everybody. You want everything to be peace and happiness. This gotta happen. So yeah, let's drop that and let's go to 1 Samuel 15 and 32.
So like 15 and 22?
15, 32, and 33.
15. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 32. Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
And here we go again, king of the Amalekites. Because what you got to understand, let me give you a quick breakdown on this. You go read it on your own. King Saul was told to kill all this specific group of Amalekites, which is the same people that Moses and Joshua was just fighting, which is the same people that's getting killed in Israel right now, calling themselves Israelis. But at this time back in history, and that's why we say the Bible is a black history book, Amalekites was told to be murdered. This specific group was told to be unalived, by King Saul, because of what they did when we came out of Egypt. They started attacking the back part of us, which is the weak part, which is what we were just talking about. They started attacking the back part of us, you know, where the old and the elderly people was at. And that the Most High remembered that. The Most High remembered that. And he told Samuel, you feel me, to tell Saul to do this. Saul didn't do it. Saul decided to basically kill who he wanted and keep the good stuff. Same thing like Cain and Abel. Cain brought the wheat. Abel brought calves and stuff like that. So now Samuel was telling King Saul, bring ye hither me Agag, the king of the Amalekites. You kept him, you harbored him, because you wanted to make a fool of him. You wanted to make yourself look like you was somebody. But the Most High told you to go kill all of them. The Most High told you to kill every last one of them. You go ahead.
And Agag came unto him delicately.
Right, Agag came humble, because he knew he just seen all his people slaughtered. So he's trying to make sure he can try to keep his life.
And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past.
Well, he said, surely, like, the bitterness of death is past, which basically means, like, you killed all my people, took all our stuff, you feel me, enslaved all the women. The least you could do is just not kill me. Surely, like, you ain't that mad. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 33. And Samuel said, as that sword have made women child.
As that what?
As that sword had made women child.
You know who he talking to? He talking to the so-called white Jewish man today. The so-called white Jewish man today, what they did. The sword made women childless with all these abortion clinics, all these agendas, the feminist movement, you feel me? Hollywood, the music industry, made women childless. Women want to strip and have sex for fun. You put abortion clinics in neighborhoods so they can make sure that happens. This is something the Amalekites been done. They've been making women childless for how long has they been here? Thousands of years. You crying for Amalek, which, okay, you don't know what Amalek is. It's the Jewish man. You crying for the Jewish man? They've been making women childless for years. For hundreds of years, they've been making women childless. Go ahead.
So shall thy mother be childless among women.
What did it say? 900 Israelis died? Kids and all? So shall thy mother be childless among women. Go ahead and read it.
No, so when he said make women childless, he brought up abortion clinics.
Right.
So I had to type in.
Right.
Well, I just Google searched it real quick. Was Margaret Sanger Jewish? And it popped up is an article called Margaret Sanger's Jewish Allies.
Go ahead.
That's like, it's a long article.
Oh, it's a long article. Okay. Margaret Sanger is the one that invented abortion clinics, and they predominantly put them in black neighborhoods to kill black and Hispanic babies. And of course, she had some Jewish backing. It was some Jewish backing behind it. It was basically what the brother's saying. It's a lot.
And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Lord at Gilgal.
Right. So Samuel, which is the high priest, he killed Agag, chopped him up in pieces at that. because of what they did. That Pacific group of Amalekite Jewish people, which you know them as today, the white Jewish man, that Pacific group, they was attacking Israel from the back when we was coming out of Egypt. And the back part of us is the weak, the young, and the women. And they was killing the weak, young, and the women. And the Most High didn't forget. He told Saul to go kill them because they made women childless. And he said, "Show shall thy mother be childless among women." So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 51 and 23.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 23. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 23. And I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over.
Right. So that's what the Most High did. He put us in the hand of them that afflict us, which is the so-called white people. You feel me? And we bow down to their soul. You feel me?
And thou layest us like it. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
Right. And it say, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. That's the so-called white man. Specifically the Jewish man, Amalek, the Amalekites. You feel me? The Exodus said we're going to have war with. From generation to generation. It's going to be war. Destruction. Them dying. It said, bow down that we may go over. We bow down in the music industry and do what they say to do so they may go over. We bow down in any industry for the so-called Jewish man so he may go over. We basically the floor mats for him. And that got to stop. Go ahead.
Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
That's what I'm saying. We laid down like a floor mat for the so-called Jewish man. You crying for him? For what? We've been his goddamn doormat since forever.
And as the street to them that went over.
And they walked over us. That's what they did. You hear me? We've been a doormat since forever. We crying for what? The Lord trying to free you. And you crying. Amari Stoudemire mad because we ain't saying more about it. And let every last one of them die. The Lord said it's going to be war for generation to generation. Okay, let's drop that. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 10 and 7.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7. And I have seen servants upon horses.
Right, and that's what you seeing. Like, think about the Django. That movie, the Django. White dude on a horse, black person walking, slave. That's what it's talking about. They servants. The so-called white man, Jewish people, oppressors, they servants, man. But they up on a high horse and they gonna get knocked off. They up on a high horse because we sinned against God. Not because they did nothing special. It's because we broke the covenant. When the covenant is just like a contract, you got to look at the covenant like a contract. You break a contract, everything fall apart.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we princes. We the princes of the earth. Yashar, are prince of the power. Who's the power? The Most High is the power. And we princes of the power. And we walking while they on horses. They flying in jets, we catching a train. They riding in Ferraris, we catching a bus. Princes walking as servants on the earth. And that's about to stop. You can't be crying for them and think you're going to get freedom. It's not going to happen. That it don't even add up. You have to pick a side. Do you want to be free or you want to be a slave? You got two options. That's it. Freedom or slavery. Take your pick. Us and Ashby K, we took ours. We want freedom. So you could drop that. Let's go to Haggai 2 and 6 and 7 in the Old Testament.
It's like I said, 2 and 7?
6 and 7.
6. So 2, 6, and 7?
Come on.
The book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 6. But thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Right, Lord of armies. There you go again. The Lord of armies.
Yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens.
I will shake the heavens. That's what got to happen. The heavens, you got to understand there's multiple heavens. Governments, the sky, all that is different heavens. That's why we call what the Most High is the fourth dimension, because it's different heavens. You feel me? But the heavens got to be shook. You feel me? And the Most High say he going to shake the heavens. These governments, all this stuff got to fall apart. It got to happen.
And the earth.
And the earth. The lower part, all that stuff got to be shifted. It got to be changes. Got to happen. A change of the guard. Right now, the white man is the guard. Black people is the slave at the bottom. It got to be shifted. That stuff got to be shifted.
And the sea.
And the sea.
And the dry land.
Right, and the dry land. So all these lies that we've been taught, all that stuff got to be shifted. That stuff got to come to an end. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And I will shake all nations.
All the nations. That's how you know that's what it's talking about.
And the desire of all nations shall come.
Mm-hmm.
And I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts.
And this house that's going to be filled with glory is about blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You hear me? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Glory is going to be filled in our house. Right now, we ashamed. Everybody look down on us. That's coming to an end. We're the greatest people who ever walked the face of the earth. That's coming to an end. You hear me? So yeah, let's go to 2 Kings 6 and 15.
Come on. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 15. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots.
Right. So yeah, this is another time when we was, going through many different captivities. And I think this Elisha at the time and his servant, you feel me? And they seen a bunch of, I think there was Assyrians, if I ain't mistaken. You feel me? Compass the city.
And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do?
And they seen all the men. They said, what shall we do?
Verse 16. And he answered, Fear not.
Fear not. Don't worry about that. Yeah, they deep. They look mighty. They got swords. Don't worry about that.
For they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
Because what you got to understand, we got a spiritual power fighting for us every day and night. Every day and night, we got a spiritual power fighting for us, which is the Most High and the angels.
Verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes.
Right, open his eyes. I want him to see what I see. I want him to know what I know. But me telling him ain't good enough. Just like us telling y'all ain't good enough. We telling y'all that the angels is black men and they coming back to kill. The angels is not aliens like on Independence Day. That's what you think it is. That's what the world wants you to believe so you can fight with your oppressors to stop the alien invasion, which is just the angels coming back to kill the so-called oppressor. So I mean the white man, so-called white man, which is the oppressor.
That he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire around Elisha.
Right. So when a young man seen, he seen what was going on in the fourth dimension. Because what you got to understand, whatever is bound on earth is let loose in heaven. You feel me? I think it might be backwards, but I'm just saying that's I'm paraphrasing. That's what the Bible said. Whatever happened in heaven, on earth was already, let loose in heaven. You feel me? And that's what's going on right now, which is what he's telling his soldier. We got the army of the living God behind us, and I'm gonna let you see it. And he saw angels sitting on horses with fire. You feel me? And chariots, which is what they call UFOs of fire. You feel me?
Verse 18. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed to the Lord and said, smite this people.
Right, smite this people. Because what you got to understand is us being priests and prophets of the Lord, we judge angels. We actually give angels orders with our prayers to the Most High. And then he sent the angels to go do it, just like he did right now in the wilderness. You feel me? It ain't the wilderness, but it's about to be over there in Israel. With that water is about to happen.
Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness.
Right. So he praying to the Lord to smite these people that's coming to attack them, all these men with blindness.
And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha.
And that's what he did, according to the word of Elisha. Not the angels, according to Elisha. The Lord, the Most High, told the angels to smite them with blindness because Elisha told them to. Just like we prayed to the Lord for destruction, and he sent the angels to do it. And that's what happened in Israel right now. You feel me? So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to First Chronicles 21 and 15.
The book of First Chronicles, chapter 21, verse 15. And God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy.
He's saying who?
God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it.
What happened over there in Jerusalem? They say 900 people died, 800 people died in Gaza. The Bible say, and God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. You sitting there thinking that this is just man-made? You thinking that this is just tough talk? The angels commit destruction. The same way Elisha had angels to smote the men with blindness. We prayed for destruction for our enemy, and the Lord sent it. He sent the angels to call destruction in Jerusalem. And you watching it right now. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Yes. And as he was destroying, the Lord beheld and repented him from the evil.
Right. He regretted him of the evil because all these people dying, the Lord calling the evil. Because there's so many people dying by the hands of an angel. Because that's what angels do. They don't have halos and play the harp and shoot arrows like Cupid. It's not real. It's not real. Angels destroy. Go ahead, it's like.
And said to the angel that destroyed, it is enough.
He said, it's enough. Slow down. Whoa, hold your horses. You're killing too much. I sent you to Jerusalem to destroy, but hey, you're killing too much.
Stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite.
And you better be lucky the angels follow orders, because the angels have the right to kill. They have the right to kill. The Lord will send them to kill, not just make you fall in love with some hoe. I know that's what you think. You think the angels is just to make you fall in love with a goddamn hoe. Like it. So if I may, let's just go to Revelations 9 and 15. We'll end it with that.
Book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 15. And the four angels were loose.
Right. So yeah. So now this is what's going on. John the Revelator, island of Patmos. He's seeing future, events that's going on. He's seeing an angel that was loose,
which were prepared for an hour.
An hour.
And a day.
And a day.
And a month.
And a month.
And a year.
Mm-hmm.
For to slay the third part of man.
To slay the third part of man. You hear me? 1/3 of all these heathens is going to die. What the Bible say? 1/3 of all these heathens is going to die. That's what angels do. That's what angels do. You think an alien coming, guardian in the galaxy, it's gonna be a goddamn angel that you thought you was cool with. You thought you was gonna smoke a blunt with Biggie in heaven. Stupid ass. Like they killed me with that, thinking they gonna smoke a blunt with Tupac or something. Get the hell out of here.
Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen was 200,000.
Right, that's 200 million. 200,000 is 200 million.
And I heard the number of them.
Right, John the Revelator. I heard them 200 million angels. You gonna hear that, and that's what he seen. He seen it and he heard it.
Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision,
Mm-hmm.
and them that sat on them,
Right, they sat on the horses. The angels sitting on horses.
having breastplates of fire.
Fire. You don't see no damn arrows, no naked babies, no halos. Breastplates of fire
And that of Jansen and brimstone.
brimstone.
And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions.
Right, they was vicious. They had heads like lions.
And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Right, so what you got to understand, in the fourth dimension, that's what John the Revelator is seeing. We seeing missiles launch, like we played at the beginning of the class. We seeing missiles and nukes and people dying. John the Revelator is seeing lions, and out of their mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone, because they caused all the war to happen. That's what he's seeing. We see is just missiles, bombs, guns, and stuff. John the Revelator is seeing in the fourth dimension that it's men sitting on horses with fire of brimstone that's causing this to happen.
Verse 18. By these three was a third part of men.
That's what I said. 1/3 of all the men is gonna die. Now, that's talking about heathens. You feel me? 1/3 of the men, that's talking about heathens, they gonna die in this third world war.
By the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out of the mouth.
Oh, we.
Verse 19. For their power was in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents.
Right, it's like a serpent, like bite you like a snake. You feel me? With poison.
And had heads. And with them they do hurt.
And they do hurt. You feel me? These angels, you feel me? That's why y'all think what they say about aliens is true. Because you think an angel is nice and sweet. But you didn't know that they sit on horses with heads like lions and tails like a serpent, causing destruction. You feel me? To be aware is to be alive. No, that's cool. Tune in. Feel me? Asheville, Kentucky. Monday, Tuesday, every other Sunday. You feel me? Tune into the podcast Crowd Spend Night every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. You feel me? That's the end of tonight's class. And courtesy salute. Y'all Bashim Ashab Thumb. Y'all Shamar Thumb, Bashim Abashad.